My name is Anna Morgan, and this story begins with something very small. It begins with a box, a simple, dusty box that had been sitting on the top shelf of my closet for nearly 20 years. I had moved between cities, between jobs, and between different chapters of my life. But that box always came with me. I never opened it. I never threw it away. I simply carried it like a memory I wasn't ready to face. Inside that box was a piece of my past that I thought I had lost forever. And somehow, opening it changed the direction of my life in a way I never expected. I was cleaning my apartment on a quiet Sunday morning, the kind of morning where the world feels slow and soft. I pulled the box down, brushed off the dust, and sat on the floor with it in my lap. For a long moment, I just stared at it. I knew exactly what was inside. Photographs, letters, old drawings, and one very specific memory I had tried to forget. I finally took a deep breath and opened the lid. And right on top was a photo of me and someone I hadn't seen in over 20 years. A boy named Daniel. He wasn't just my childhood friend. He was the closest thing I ever had to a soulmate. We grew up in the same neighborhood, played in the same park, shared secrets under the same old oak tree. We were inseparable until life separated us. At the age of 12, his family moved away. No warning, no goodbye, just gone. I didn't know their new address. He didn't know mine. And little by little, he faded into memory. But seeing that picture brought everything back at once. His smile, his voice, his way of telling stories that made even boring moments seem magical. I held the picture in my hands and felt something warm and painful in my chest. I found a letter underneath the photo, a letter I had forgotten existed. It was from him, the last one he ever sent. It wasn't long, but every word felt heavy. He wrote, "If we ever lose each other, I hope we find each other again one day. I'll look for you." I had never written back. My family had moved shortly after, and the letter never reached him. For years, I carried the guilt, and then I buried it. But holding that letter now, something inside me shifted. I whispered to myself, what if he really tried to find me? What if he still remembers? It sounded ridiculous. 20 years is a lifetime. People change, people forget, but the thought wouldn't leave me. Later that night, I took a picture of the photo and the letter and posted them online. I wrote a simple caption, "Trying to find a childhood friend. It's been 20 years." I didn't expect anything to happen, but the internet always has surprises waiting. The next morning, my phone was full of notifications, comments, messages, shares. People were trying to help. Some said they recognized the area in the photo. Some said they knew someone named Daniel. But none of them led anywhere. Until one message stood out. A woman said, "I think you're looking for my brother." My heart started racing. I opened her profile. Her last name was the same as his. She looked familiar. She attached a recent picture of a man. It was him. Older, of course, different hairstyle, but the same eyes, the same quiet smile. I sat frozen for almost a minute. Then I wrote back, "Yes, that's him." She replied, "He would love to hear from you. Here is his number." I stared at the number on my screen. My hands were shaking. What do you say to someone you lost for 20 years? how do you start a conversation that has been waiting half a lifetime? I almost didn't call, but something told me I had to. When he answered, his voice was deeper than I remembered, but still soft. I said, "Hi, it's Anna." There was a long pause. Then he said, "Anna? My Anna?" I started laughing because I didn't know what else to do. He laughed too. And just like that, 20 years melted away. We talked for 2 hours. We talked about everything and nothing. He told me he had also kept a box of memories. He told me he had written letters he never sent, and that he had always wondered what happened to me. He said he had searched online a few times, typed my name into social media, looked through yearbooks, asked old neighbors, but none of them led anywhere. Now here we were, 2 adults reconnecting through a single picture of our childhood. We decided to meet. We chose a small park in the center of the city, not our childhood park, but something close enough. On the day we met, I got there early. I was nervous in a way I couldn't explain. It felt like meeting a ghost from my past, but at the same time, meeting a part of myself. He walked toward me with a shy smile. Older, taller, more mature, but still unmistakably the boy I remembered. When he reached me, neither of us spoke for a moment. We just looked at each other. 2 decades collapsed into a single breath. Finally, he said, "You haven't changed." I laughed and said, "That's definitely not true." But I knew what he meant. The heart recognizes what time tries to erase. We spent the day talking, walking, catching up on everything we missed. We talked about old memories like they happened yesterday. We talked like friends who had never been apart. He told me he became a teacher. I told him I worked in design. We realized how different our lives had become, yet how strangely connected they still felt. One point he said something that struck me deeply. He said, "I always thought we'd find each other again. Somehow." I asked him why. He said because people don't just disappear when they matter. We met again the next week and the week after. Soon it became routine. Coffee on Fridays, walks on Sundays, conversations that stretched late into the night. It didn't feel like starting something new. It felt like continuing something that had been paused for 20 years. One night he said, "Anna, I don't want to lose you again." I replied, "You won't." And I meant it. Whether we became partners, friends, or something in between, it didn't matter. What mattered was this. Some connections survive distance. Some hearts wait quietly. Some people return right when you're ready for them. The truth is, our story wasn't about finding each other. It was about finding ourselves, about realizing that time isn't the enemy, silence isn't the end, and losing someone doesn't mean they're gone forever. Sometimes life gives you a second chance. Sometimes a memory becomes a path. Sometimes a dusty box on a high shelf becomes the beginning of something beautiful. After 20 years, I finally understood something. People come and people go, but the ones who are meant to find you always do. And this time, I wasn't going to let go.